Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to the online session of your 11th standard entrepreneurship children. We have been seeing about the essential attitudes an entrepreneur should have. Yes? So now we are going to the next topic, which is motivation, which is a very important value an entrepreneur should have. So, entrepreneurial motivation may be defined as the process that activates the entrepreneurs to exert a high level of effort for the achievement of his or her goals. So, to achieve his or her goals, the process that activates the entrepreneurs to put the high level of effort, that is called as motivation. So, motivation is the factor that will make the entrepreneur to work even more harder, right? He will be ready to put more effort for that particular job when he is motivated, right? Now, in other words, the entrepreneurial motivation refers to the drive or forces within an entrepreneur that affects his or her direction, intensity and persistence of voluntary behavior. So, it is the factor that drives the force, okay, the way which entrepreneur works. The pattern will be changed, the direction he is working will change, and the persistence, the way he holds his work pattern, all this will change when he is motivated. So, now what is the process of motivation? How this motivation starts and where does it end? That is what we are going to see now. So, motivation is essentially a process. It can be expressed in the form of model. So, let us see how this motivation starts. So, first let us take from the human being's point of view, the normal people's point of view. Everyone has an unsatisfied need. Okay. So, one or the other, we always think about getting something new. We always want to buy things. We always have some requirement in one or the other way. That could be a very well standardized, a mandatory requirement. It could be. It could be even a luxury thing. It could be even an unwanted thing, but then we would wish to buy. Yes? So, all these things put together forms the unsatisfied need. Okay. So, let us take for example, a person is hungry. So, what is the unsatisfied need here? Food. He has to get food, right? So, here when a person is hungry, what will happen? Until he gets food, okay, until he gets food, he would not be rest. He would not get any rest. He will feel restless. Yes. So, that would cause tension. When he is hungry, that will cause tension to him. So, next what he will do? To satisfy his need, that is to satisfy his hungry stomach, what he will do? He will search for food. He will run for food. Either he will cook by himself or he will go to a restaurant or a hotel. So, that drives. Okay. So, the factor that drives him here is hunger, right. So, what he does? He searches for the food, right. So, either he will cook or he will go to hotel. Yes, that would be the search behavior, and after that, once he gets the food, the need is satisfied. Yes. So, finished eating. Now, what happens? His hungry is satisfied. Yes. So, now what happens? The tension is reduced. Yes, he is not tensed anymore because his hunger is satisfied now. So, he has got enough food. So, he is satisfied. He is not worried about the food after this, right. So, what happens? The tension reduces. So, hungry is over. After this, what happens? The next set of wants we have. We usually say in economics that human wants are always unlimited. human wants are unlimited, right? It means that one want, when it gets satisfied, immediately another want rises up. Let us take small kids at home. Yes, when they ask for a chocolate, okay, when we buy them a chocolate, after eating the chocolate, they will come back to us and they will ask us, when will I get my lollipop? Yes, okay, then we give them that. Then what will happen? They will ask for ice cream. Okay, give that ice cream. After that, I want to go on a bike ride. Take me out. Yes, this happens. Yes, okay, you take the bike ride. Then what happens? I want to go to park. I want to go to beach. Okay, go there. What happens? I'm feeling hungry. I need food. I need chips. I need this. I need that. So this need is always unlimited, right? So the need, when it gets satisfied, the next need arises at this point. So how are we satisfying that particular need? That process, okay, from the unsatisfied need up to the satisfied need and the reduction of tension, this is a one complete cycle. It is one complete process. So that process we call it as motivation, right? So on a careful analysis of the model, it can be understood that every individual possesses an urge or a need or a multitude of needs. Multitude means varieties of needs we have, desires or expectations. The unsatisfied need leads to tension within the individual and motivates one to search for ways to relieve one's own tension. So the unsatisfied need that is keeping on haunting our mind. Yes. So what happens? That gives us tension, and that tension will motivate us to find the ways on how can we satisfy this need, and then that tension leads one to certain drives and searching alternatives to achieve one's goal, which will eventually reduce tension, right? So the unsatisfied need will keep on haunting our mind. So we will always search for the various options on how can we satisfy that. So once we find a way to satisfy the need, then we go for it, we satisfy the need, and that will again reduce the tension. So this is all about motivation. So there have been various theories of motivation which encourage an entrepreneur to continue his or her work in spite of all odds. So whatever may be the situation, whatever laws, whatever happens in the business, okay, above all those things, there would be some factor that keeps on going inside them. That makes them move on over every hurdle they face. Yes, so they keep on moving even after various losses they face, even after various hurdles they face, because there is some factor within them that keeps them going on. Next, first we are going to, there are two theories for this motivation. So first we are going to see about Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory. So this theory was proposed by Abraham Maslow and is based on the assumption that people are motivated by a series of 5 universal needs. So the needs of the people are classified into 5 by this Abraham Maslow. Okay? So based on the requirement, people move one after the other. So these needs are ranked according to the order in which they influence human behavior in hierarchical fashion. So how are we categorizing these needs? Based on the level of satisfaction they give us. Okay, so based on the highest level of satisfaction when a product gives, that is being termed as the first one. Yes, the least prioritized need, that is not required for anyone. See, it is not a mandatory thing. That comes under the 5th place. Okay, so that is how the needs have been classified into 5. So let us see what are those needs. So here you could see the Maslow's triangle. So here this could be your first basic need, which is called as physiological needs. So the first need for every human being is physiological need. So what is this physiological need? It is all about food, water, warmth and rest. Yes, so all these are the basic requirements every human being requires. So without any one of these, definitely it is going to be a very tough thing. So food definitely is important. For every day we need food. Without food we cannot live. So that is a basic need. And once these physiological needs are satisfied, when a person is hungry, when a person, see, to fill the hungry stomach, he should get food. To get food, he should have money, right? So to have money, he should work, right? So to work, he should be educated, he should be well qualified for a particular job. So once he goes to a job, this first set of basic needs will get satisfied, right? So once these are done, okay, so a person who is not having work, his mind will be like, yes, first I should get a job, I should get a job, I should get a job. That's it. So once he gets a job and his basic needs are getting satisfied one after the other, then he will move on to the next level of need, which is called as safety needs, right? So safety needs is nothing but the place where we feel secured, comfortable living, right? So it could be a house, yes? So a house, a well-built house maybe, that will give us safety for our belongings. Then a place where we work, yes, we have a good set of employees along with us, a good set of colleagues with us, then we will be comfortable to work there. Yes, okay, I am comfortable with this job, I feel secured in this job. Yes, so that becomes the second level of need, security and safety. So these two are the basic needs for every human being. So once these two get satisfied, what happens? The third need comes there, belongingness and love needs. So now we require a family to support us, we require friends to be with us, we need some companionship, right? So that is required at this stage. So once the basic needs are satisfied, then we are entering into the psychological needs. So these are the needs that starts from our mind, okay? So we require a family maybe to share our happiness or just even to cry on. Yes, the same way, excuse me, we also require a group of friends with whom we could be feeling comfortable. The work environment, yes, the workplace, if we are not having cooperative colleagues with us, definitely the work burden will be on us and that would make our job difficult to work every day in that kind of situation. So that is the belongingness and love needs. And after this, we are moving to the next level of need, which is of course not much important, but once these three get satisfied, our mind automatically gets into this needs. Okay? So that is prestige and feeling of accomplishment. So something that will mark as outstanding in a place where we could get more acknowledgement of what we have done. Yes, we have done this. We have done this much in this work. So I'm feeling satisfied with the work I have done. Yes, the position for which I have been there. Yes, I have did these many things and I feel satisfied. Yes, I have done some justice to my work. That level of satisfaction we expect. That need becomes the driving factor to work more. Yes, so that is where we work more. So that becomes again a psychological need. And finally, the last one is self fulfillment needs. So after these 4 get satisfied, what happens? Self-fulfillment need comes. It means that it is not at all even required for a person, but we go for it. Yes, because we want to be in a respectable position in the society. Yes, so when we walk on the road, oh wow, he is a collector walking on the road. Yes, she is the CEO of this company. So that recognition we get from the society, we expect that. That gives us self-satisfaction. Yes, I am in this position. That way of having the position set, mindset. Yes, that becomes the self-fulfillment need. Okay, so that satisfies our own selves. So these needs, one after the other, keeps on coming, and that is where we work for satisfying these needs, and that is how we get satisfied. So first, physiological needs are deemed to be the lowest level needs. These needs include the needs such as food and water. So as long as the physiological needs are unsatisfied, they exist as a driving or motivating factor in a person's life. So as long as these needs are not satisfied, that would be the motivational factor for a person. So a hungry person has a felt need. This felt need sets up both psychological and physical tensions that manifest themselves in overt behaviors directed at reducing those tensions. So to reduce those tensions, what we will do? We will search for something that would help us to eat. Then once the hunger is sated, the tension is reduced and the need for the food ceases to motivate. Okay, so now after eating up to a level, what happens? The food which we needed some time back is not needed anymore immediately, right? Once we have finished our lunch, okay, if someone is going to offer us another box of lunch, will we eat? No, definitely not. So that motivational factor which was there some time before, now it becomes a non-motivational factor. So this need for food ceases to motivate. So now this need for food is not going to motivate me anymore. At this point, assuming that other physiological requirements are also satisfied. So after all the physiological needs are satisfied, what happens? The next higher order becomes the motivating need. So after all the physiological needs are satisfied, we get into the next level of need, which is called as safety need. The needs for shelter and security, this becomes the motivators of human behavior. At this stage, it includes a desire for security, stability, dependency, protection, freedom from fear and anxiety, and a need for structure, order, and law. So all these things, a place where we can feel safe and secured, that is the second level of need we require. In the workplace, this needs translates into a need for at least a minimal degree of employment security. The knowledge that we cannot be fired on a whim and that appropriate levels of effort and productivity will ensure continued employment. So when we are knowledgeable, yes, when we have the qualifications that is required for a position, and with all the full equipped force when we are employed to a position, we will feel that yes, this job is going to be a permanent job for me. Without that level of confidence, we will not feel secure that this is going to be a permanent job for me. So on that case, we will be with the fear of losing this job every day. With that fear, we would not be able to give our best. So the fear of being secured, yes, this is my permanent job. That feel of security is very important at this safety needs. And again, when this is satisfied, when I'm feeling comfortable in a job, yes, first my hunger, my shelter, my food, water, sleep, all these things satisfied. Then I moved on to my next need, and there if I am satisfied with my job, yes, this is going to be my permanent job. When that is my mindset, then what I will do? I will start thinking about my next need, which is belongingness need, which is also called as social needs. So generally, as gregarious creatures, humans have a need to belong. In the workplace, the need may be satisfied by an ability to interact with one's co-workers and perhaps to be able to work collaboratively with these colleagues. So when we have a good team to work along with us, right? So that belongingness or that social need will get satisfied, right? And after that, what happens? After the social needs have been satisfied, ego and esteem needs becomes the motivating needs. So now esteem needs, that includes the desire for self-respect, self-esteem and the esteem for others. When focused externally, these needs also include the desire for reputation, prestige, status, fame, glory, dominance, recognition, attention, importance and appreciation. So all these things, just being on limelight, we say that no, that becomes this esteem need. So that is the highest level of need a person could have. The highest need in Maslow's hierarchy is that of self-actualization. The need for self-realization, continuous self-development and the process of becoming all that a person is capable of. So this could be my maximum, this could be my 100% and I have attained that. That is self-realization or self-actualization need. So once we get that level, we are completely satisfied at that point of time. Next, we are moving on with the McClelland's theory of needs. So as we have seen this Maslow's theory, the other theory about the needs and the motivation is McClelland's theory of needs. According to David McClelland, regardless of culture or gender, people are driven by three motives. Okay, whatever culture we may follow, whatever gender we could be, wherever we could be, three factors that keeps on driving us is achievement, affiliation and power. Since McClelland's first experiments, over 1,000 studies relevant to achievement motivation have been conducted. These studies strongly support the theory. So many research has been undertaken based on this theory, and that all the results of this of those research studies have given us a positive comment about this theory. So all the researchers support this theory. So first thing, achievement. The need for achievement is characterized by the wish to take responsibility for finding solutions to problems, master complex tasks, set goals and get feedback on level of success. So achievement is all about how are we able to manage a difficult situation or a difficult task. Yes, a multi-level task. How are we going to manage all the tasks together, and then how are we going to set the goals and how far we will be able to achieve, right? All these put together forms achievement, and after doing all these we should be able to get the feedback on the level of success. Then affiliation. The need for affiliation is characterized by a desire to belong, an enjoyment of teamwork, a concern about interpersonal relationships and a need to reduce uncertainty. So affiliation is nothing but just having the sense of belongingness. Yes, I belong to this institution. I belong to this team. Yes, so I am also a part of this. Yes, I also contribute my part for this perfect output. That sense of belongingness is called as affiliation. So that again becomes a motivating factor, that we should think in such a way that 10 people are there in a team. Okay, we should think in such a way that if I am not there, some sort of work would be pending. So I should be happy and proud that I am a part of that. So that sense of belongingness will keep us motivated. And finally, the power. The need for power is characterized by a drive to control and influence others, a need to win arguments, a need to persuade and prevail. So somehow we always have a mindset that we could be a role model for someone or the other. Yes, we always think about that, right? So we should be able to be bold enough in various situations. We should be able to control and also influence others. Maybe in an argument, winning an argument, or even persuading others' opinions and putting our opinions first. Yes, so all these things put together forms the power. So these three are the important factors of motivation according to McClelland. So here, according to McClelland, the presence of these motives or drives in an individual indicates a predisposition to behave in certain ways. So based on the level of these factors inside a person, okay, the way they do work will definitely vary. Therefore, from a manager's perspective, recognizing which need is dominant in any particular individual affects the way in which that person can be motivated. So these three factors will vary from one person to other person on the level. Okay, one person would be easily motivated by this achievement point of view. The other person would be easily motivated by affiliation point of view. So a manager in an organization should definitely find out which is the perfect motivating factor for an individual, and that is where he should motivate the person. Then, people with achievement motives are motivated by standards of excellence, delineated roles and responsibilities, and concrete, timely feedback. So, the people who are motivated by this achievement factor, they should be motivated by the standards of excellence. So, the feedback should be given to them periodically, and delineated roles and responsibilities and concrete. They should be given individual or independent roles and responsibilities to satisfy. And then those with affiliation motives are motivated when they can accomplish things with people they know and trust. So the people who have affiliation factor as the motivation, they should be in a proper team where they are comfortable with. They should be in the place with the people whom they trust. Yes, so there they would be able to give their best. And then the power motive is activated when people are allowed to have an impact, impress those in power, or beat competitors. So when competition is there, the people motivated by power, they show their power there and they just beat their competitors and they come up. That becomes again a motivating factor. With this, we are coming to the end of this session. In the next session, we'll be seeing about the difference between an entrepreneur and an employee. Thank you. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.